Hey guys, Anthony here from XXX RC Garage, and well, soon there will be some changes on the TRX6. Going to be changing out to a brushless system. Going to be putting the Hobby Wing AXE system in, the AXE. I'll show you a little picture. Anyway, just give you updates. I'm very impressed with the truck. Few changes. Did change out the tires and wheels, and the only reason I did that is because these tires perform much better than what was on the truck. I mean, those tires are fine. They're not the worst tires I've ever seen in my life. They're actually not bad at all. It's just that I like pit bull tires, and I like the Alien compound, and these things crawl real well. And I also wanted to have metal wheels on this truck, and so so the next thing that's going to be changing out is going to be the motor and ESC and the servo. And the reason is because there's nothing wrong with the stock stuff as far as these things go. It's just that, you know, after a while the motor gets kind of caked up and dirty, and the bearings go bad in them. I mean, yeah, you can clean them and maintenance them and do all that stuff and keep them alive. There's no problem there. You can do that. I just would prefer to go ahead and go with a sealed brushless system, and it's going to be censored. And so that's why I'm going to be replacing these things, as well as the servo. So far the servo hasn't let me down. I did kind of hesitate a few times on a crawl, but I had on a pretty hard bind, so can't knock it for that. And the servo that I'm going to be using, and I know a lot of you guys like to use high-end stuff, and there's no nothing wrong with that. I mean, if you want to spend that kind of money, but if I can get the same performance out of the HEXFLY and get the 25 kg servo that even comes with a really nice horn, as you can see in there, this is what I'm going to use in this. I'm going to put it in there. Right now the servo that's in here is not bad, and there's a plastic horn on it. That'll be all changed out. So, did some changes on the TRX6. Still haven't got used to saying TRX6, but what I'm going to tell you here is a really good idea. I know that a lot of you guys will go on the Facebook and sell parts and bench cleanups and stuff like that. Well, here's an idea. Motor, which will be brand new if you do it early enough, ESC, and servo. You can post it up, ran one time, 2 times, however long you ran it, and you could probably get, for these 3 things, I mean, you could probably sell this for 20 bucks, 15 bucks. Probably could get about 30, 40 bucks for this, and probably maybe 10 bucks for this. So if you do 10, 40, that's 50. We'll say $55. That's $55 that'll go towards your new system that you just spent money on. And that's just an idea for you guys. Me, I'm going to hang on to this. I got enough grandsons and kids that need parts all the time that this will just go on their stuff, and that way I'm not spending money later to replace something on their trucks. So that's just the idea. Now let's get down to business with this truck here. Take the body off. So here's what I did. I put the Hobby Wing AXE system in here, and this motor is a lot smaller than that motor over there, which is kind of cool. Wired it all up, Well, then I just realized that when I unplugged this from this, that I had no way of turning my lights on. So I found me a male plug, kind of like that plug. Let's see if I can see it myself. That plug. And what I did is I soldered it to my hot and ground leads on the SC that goes to the battery, and I went ahead and plugged it all in. So now this power box works, all the lights work again. So did not mess up that part, and it goes with that. Other thing that I got coming is I do have the lights that are going on, the rock lights for underneath. So that's one thing I did. Now, don't hate. I used to buy the fan motor 25 kg, the China version. Servos. And they were great. I mean, I put them in mud trucks with the big 2.6 tires. You know, I did a lot of that. And so Red Cat came out with their version, which is basically the same servo, except it's got a red casing on it, and it's called a HEXFLY. It's exactly the same servo. Cool difference. At my RC shop, when I buy it, it comes with a servo horn. Servo horn that you'd pay $15 to $20 for. The good one's got the two adjustable lockdown screws on top of the one main one that goes in there. So I went ahead and installed it here, and of course you can see the servo horn in there. So I know you guys are like, you put Red Cat with TRAXXAS. I know, sorry, I know it's like putting Ford with Chevy. But technically it's a China version, and for under 40 bucks you get that servo, good strong servo with a servo horn. So it's a win-win. I'm sorry. So we did that. So that's the upgrades I've done to this so far. Am I going to be putting some brass under it? Eventually. But right now, I just want to see how it runs on its own capabilities, other than me just changing out the ESC in the motor and the servo. So that's pretty much it. Now tomorrow, we're going to be going on a get-together trail run, and this is going to be out there, and I'll be shooting video, so there'll be a second video for this. I've already done the test run on this thing. It runs awesome. Oh, one thing to let you know, if you do install a hobby wing axe in any of your TRXs, your TRX4, just so you know, the motor is reverse rotation that comes with this truck. So what you got to do is you go into your settings, because this has got a setting, it's got an app, so I can do all my adjustments on the trail through my phone. It's already set up with CCW, which means counterclockwise, and you just got to set it to CW, which will be clockwise, and it'll reverse the motor, so the motor will run correctly for you, which will be reverse rotation. And then that way you don't have to unsolder wires, resoldering it, or trying to reverse it in your transmitter, which I did that first, not realizing, and this thing would haul butt backwards and go slow forwards. Because of that reason, I did some more research and found out that there was that setting in there, and I did change it. So now this truck runs perfect. Got a good strong servo, got a nice sealed censored brushless system in it, 2300 kV motor, and so everything's set up. So, like I said, I test ran it. It ran great. I want you guys to watch the video that I'm going to shoot for Sunday night. But anyway, that's pretty much it. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and remember, have fun with RCs.